Okay, I'm guessing I have to specifically do that thing again. Okay, before we start, let me make sure this thing is calibrated again. I think it has a major issue right now of reconnecting. Don't tell me I have to reinstall this thing. I wouldn't want to reinstall this thing. That's kind of weird. Oh wait, hold on. I need to turn back the sound on this. Oh, okay. I know what's going on. Tracking status paused. Hold on a second, folks. This is something I need to check. I don't know why my face was stuck like that. That was interesting. Don't tell me I have to reset this thing. Sorry, I'm just doing some hardware troubleshooting right now before I get started, folks. Also, I'm just waiting for... low-key waiting for any other peeps to trickle in. How's everybody else in the meantime, though? Well, this might be a case of me having to reinstall the hardware. This is ridiculous. This is very faulty. Okay, what if I manually exit? Interesting. Ugh, this is weird. I think I might have received a faulty unit. And I'm kind of in the middle of trying to see if I can fix the leap motion thing. That's where the model's hands can move and stuff. That's very interesting. Oh, let's actually go to Stream Raiders in the meantime. Maybe we can actually get some stuff out of the way with this thing. I don't know if anybody's online to do this with me, though. Oh shoot, I got a Proto League Paladin here. Interesting. Okay, that's pretty cool. So now I have my own Paladin skin here. Cool. Do I want to place a flag bearer in the bush, though? I have no idea if I want to. I won't get it started yet. I'll get it started as soon as I can confirm that we have some Stream Raiders people who can join us. Okay, now let's reinstall this thing. Oh shoot, I got gifted a barbarian, Pox. That's interesting. Damn, I've been getting, like, lots of skin gifts. Hey, that's pretty cool, actually. That is pretty cool. Maybe that dude is doing a gift-a-thon or something. And it somehow just got his skins. It's pretty interesting, actually. Very interesting. Wait, do I already have a skin on this, though? Yeah, I already have my own barbarian skin. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, so... I don't... Did I not... Oh, it's still in my downloads folder, that's why. I'm very sure my unit is like semi-faulty because it's scratched and stuff. I'll take a look into that. Anywho, I feel like we should get started on Stream Raiders real soon, although I don't know how to feel about the bush. And we only have like 2 levels left on this map. I still don't know how to feel about it. Let's go ahead and actually get this started in the meantime. So, this would be the halfway point for case number 4 in this game, the 3rd game. I don't really expect to take too long on it to finish, considering it's actually one of the more shorter cases of the series. Wait, hold on. My thingy is paused. That is weird. And let me fix that real quick. I don't know why the software does that half the time, but it just does that. I don't know, maybe capture card tech is just not really such a novelty anymore. Then again, there's way too many factors. Way too many factors into this. Okay, now it decides to work because I need to reinstall this thing. That is so weird. I don't know why. I don't know why it's like that. I need to work on the cell shading of my hands a tiny bit more. A tiny bit more. Interesting. Very interesting. This would be my center of mass, right? Yeah, that would be my center of mass. Okay, we're good. This should be just about right. Okay, let's go ahead and get this over with. Okay, now that all that troubleshooting is over, I need to submit a report now. February 16th, 1:14 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. So what did we establish so far? Well, we established that the prosecution's so-called eyewitness is kind of a faulty individual, and she's been lying through her teeth a lot through and through. We managed to refute a bunch of her points, but also at the same time, it's, I don't know. They're kind of sus. They're kind of sus. Maybe I should actually use this model in VR chat, honestly. See how the folks in VR chat be like. Alright, so let's see what this dude has to say.
Mr. Falls,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I want to say thanks. You're real good. You really hooked me up.
Thanks, we're almost there. Once it proved that she committed the crime,
Yeah, but there's one more big obstacle we got to get past.
the obstacle?
Yeah, motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway?
Motive, huh?
Anyway, we're still badly in need of information.
Information, right.
What we need the most is info about this Melissa Foster herself. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. And one more thing.
What is it?
Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago, of course. The kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy is on death row for.
I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie.
Mr. Falls, in that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago.
Okay, I trust you. That day, 5 years ago, I dreamt of it every day. This picture reminds me everything. Bridge looks same, just like then, 5 years ago. Like I could tell it fall apart any minute.
So it's been broken like that for at least 5 years.
Sorry, buddy. You sound like the one that could, but you sound like the one that could fall apart at any minute.
It's true, I did kidnap her. 5 years ago, I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne.
Your girlfriend? Huh?
Hey, hold on there. Did you say Hawthorne?
The victim's last name.
Dahlia Hawthorne, Valerie's little sister.
What? Are you serious?
The
girl, let her go.
Shut up, come closer, and I kill her.
Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. At first, I thought shooting someone for kidnapping was crossing the line, but if it was to protect her little sister, I can understand why she did it.
Wrong, no protect sister. Valerie betrayed me, betray us.
What do you mean she betrayed you?
Everything, all lies, all make-believe kidnapping too.
A make-believe kidnapping?
Dahlia, my girlfriend, my love, my teen angel.
Ugh, did he actually say my teen angel? He's seen one too many soap operas.
I do anything she says, anything Dahlia says.
Anything Dahlia says? Hold on a minute. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by...
Yeah, me and Dahlia, and Valerie too.
Valerie was in on it?
Dahlia's family is rich, jewelry business. We get one jewel, that's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnappment note. We sent to her dad. Asked for $2 million dollar diamond. Tell him make exchange on Dusky Bridge. We tell Valerie make transfer cause she knew detective. Having a police detective in your pocket's a useful thing, alright. In the end, you were planning on splitting the 2 million 3 ways, huh?
Oh, I don't know what to say about that. Oh, hey there, 24. How you doing? I don't see you often nowadays. But, I hope you've been well. I certainly hope you've been well.
Yeah, but that woman... That woman, Valerie, she do it for real. She shoot at me for real, me and Dahlia. I was shot in arm. Dahlia, she jumped in river.
Jump? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you?
I couldn't do it. I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Wake up with police all over.
And that's when they decide to give you the death sentence.
I couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me.
That man, Terry Falls, he killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below.
These 5 years, all I wonder is why? Why'd she lie? That's all I want to know.
So that's why you called her. You want to hear the truth from Valerie herself.
Yes, but I forget what she looked like, so I tell her to wear a scarf. I don't want to hurt her. Just ask why. Why'd you lie? Why'd you betray me? I just want to hear answer come from her mouth, that's all.
So that's why. That's why you made a crazy escape like that.
Just one thing, Zebra Boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Falls, where is it?
Huh? Where's what?
Come on now, kitten. The ransom. The $2 million diamond. Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it?
I don't know.
Huh? You don't know?
No, really, I don't know. It's gone. With Dahlia.
With Dahlia?
That day, on a bridge. Dahlia put it in backpack. Now gone with Dahlia. Gone forever. Into Eagle River.
It disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute.
You can come back in now. We're about ready to go.
Mr. Falls, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond is still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne?
Never found her, my sweet Dahlia.
Never found her?
Swallowed by river. Gone, Dahlia, my teen angel.
Your teen angel. How old was she anyway?
Just 14.
For 14? I guess you're robbing cradles before diamonds.
She plans a fake kidnapping, disappears into the river with a rock worth 2 mil. Man, oh man, angels these days.
Falls takes the fall. It gets a one-way ticket to death row. Is Dahlia Hawthorne an angel, or is she really a...
It's time, kitten. Looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now.
You bet.
I mean, I could be a little bit better, but I'm still hanging in there. My brain is just kind of mucked at the moment, but I'm trying to just hang in there.
The training wheels come off now, Mia. You've got to strike while the iron is hot.
Oh, come on. Do I have like a reset setting on this program? Every other time I exit out of this thing, it just freezes.
That's one of my rules, remember it.
February 16th, 1:49 p.m., District Court, Courtroom number 4.
Now then, let's continue with the trial of Mr. Terry Falls. Witness, are you feeling better?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best.
You're a brave young lady.
Not this again.
I can understand a defense lawyer wanting to get her client off the hook. However, to try to pin the crime on an innocent student is...
What are you talking about?
My witness is not the person on trial here. She's an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime, that's all. What possible reason would a girl like this... would a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman?
It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer.
Her motive, huh? I figured that's what I had to establish next.
Well, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence of a motive?
What am I playing this on? My 2DS XL. I got a capture card from Japan that I've explained several times already. Like, otherwise, I wouldn't have this, like, I wouldn't have this interface where I have, like, essentially all the Ace Attorney games in my collection. Plus, it's literally in my hardware specs on my channel description.
Yes, of course, I think.
You're still acting as tame as a kitten,
Mr. Armando.
Listen, a lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted into knots is the mark of a pro.
Maybe so, but I wish you would quit gritting at me like that. Excuse me. May I speak, Mr. Judge?
Of course, Mr. Judge is ready anytime you like.
I'd like to say something. Some people are sus at me, right? That's why I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true.
I see. You're such an honest and upstanding young lady. It looks like this witness is a real professional.
What do you mean?
Look at that 100-watt smile. Just when things are darkest for her. Click. She lights right up. Very well then. Let's hear what the witness has to say.
What system you're talking about that kept freezing? The program. This software has never been like finalized or finished because the shop for it in Japan shut down because Japan has now made it, I guess, illegal to modify hardware. So the shop that I got my capture card from, I don't know like who else to contact in order to fix this program because they'd have to have good knowledge of how to be able to stabilize the coding for this. Otherwise, every other occasion it keeps freezing and disconnecting, and not only that, the micro USB cable from my handheld is kind of fragile. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of fragile. The cable is very secure, I'll say that much. It's just the way they constructed the micro USB ports just... not the most stable thing, unfortunately.
I was out of the country until the year before last. Until I entered college. I had never been to Eagle Mountain before. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago. Or kidnapping a poor girl. I just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster.
Out of the country, eh? Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder. Indeed. You're up to bat, kitten. You're up to bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws and put on your best smile.
You bet. Somehow I have to tie her to this case.
We obviously know who she is, for the very first case of this game.
I can't let her get away with these lies.
Listen to me, she's neck deep in this whole thing. Somehow, you're just going to have to get her to show the court her true self. I'm also guessing you needed to take a break from Discord 24. Because I noticed that I know people do hop out of servers they're not active in. But the main thing is that I kind of like wish that anybody who had departed would leave a feedback. I take lots of feedback into consideration, but the lack of feedback has honestly just been... The lack of feedback has honestly just, make it more difficult for me to stay positive. Because if I don't know what I could improve upon on Twitch or Discord, then I can't exactly assume my own solutions. I don't know, that's understandable. I know everybody has their own personal reasons and stuff for dropping out of Discord, whether it be servers or using the application entirely. Okay, so it's not ready to present any evidence yet. I need to figure out what kind of testimony I need from her to present a contradiction.
A grudge? Well, the policewoman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death.
Yes, and that's precisely why he harbored such deep anger against her. So much anger that he forgot his own guilt.
My client has always maintained that he's innocent of those charges. He seems rather forgetful. Your client, I mean. Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot the poor policewoman as well.
What do you mean by that?
Your client. He forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well.
Well, she's right about that. Mr. Falls is kind of forgetful. You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What'd you mean by that?
Well, he couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right?
Quite right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification.
Why, if I'd been wearing a white scarf that day, then he probably would have tried to kill me.
That's true. He's clearly a bitter man.
This is bad. Mr. Falls' reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Sometimes it's best not to poke too deep. What should I do with that last statement? The judge already has a bad enough opinion of him.
You just can't trust someone with a bad memory. What did you eat for dinner 1 week ago today? At the very least, a person should remember that much. As for me, it was payday, so I had a nice moose steak with some poutine on the side.
And how does this relate to anything?
Whether it's eating steak or committing murder, a person shouldn't deny their actions. I'm in complete agreement, Your Honor. I mean, at the same time, this game really puts your brain to the test.
Perhaps, but your behavior that day was very sus. Not only have you contradicted yourself here in court, but you know things you shouldn't. For example, the scratches on the trunk of the car?
Well, that's...
Unfortunately, Miss Fay, your last statement proves nothing.
Oh, really? And why is that?
The witness came to the police station once to identify the suspect. It's entirely possible that at the time an officer showed her this photo.
That seems like a rather serious mistake. That's the oldest trick in the prosecutor's book.
That's not fair.
That wicked inmate. I'll never be able to forget that horrible day.
You knew about that incident? But weren't you out of the country until the year before last?
Well, I saw a report about the escaped convict on the news. They had an in-depth report about his whole history.
So you were still living abroad 5 years ago, is that right?
Yes.
I can't let her get away with these lies.
I have a feeling that maybe we should add this statement to the testimony. Maybe we can present a piece of evidence. Because I don't think I can actually press her on the first and the second statement because they're pretty obvious statements.
Your Honor, what the witness just said just now was tremendously important. I'd like it to be added to the official testimony.
The prosecution has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer and a mentally unbalanced one at that. That testimony only helps to further prove that point.
No, that's not what I...
Enough, witness, if you would.
My pleasure, Mr. Judge.
Okay. Alright. She says she's lucky to not wear a white scarf, but the thing is though, Let's take that a little bit further.
Witness, I want you to look at this photo you took. It's hard to see in the photo, but look at the scarf the victim wore as identification.
Ah, you're talking about this scarf right here, eh?
Yes, that's it. The scarf the policewoman was wearing.
I've got her now. Just don't mess up. But that's strange. In your testimony, you stated the following. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf.
Oh, white.
This is the scarf you identified as belonging to the victim. But it certainly doesn't look white to me.
Oh,
Well, it was foggy that day and it was raining as well. It's not surprising that she mistook it for white.
Sorry, but not this time. The witness just confirmed that this was the victim's scarf.
Yes, but what's the significance? It's true that the scarf doesn't look white, but
There's only one explanation for this mix-up. The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white is... Here's the definitive piece of evidence that proves it.
that's your definitive piece of evidence?
Yes, if my thinking is correct.
Well then, we have one mystery solved. The answer is simple. Miss Faye's thinking is wrong, that's all there is to it.
Huh?
Please, kitten, you've got to do something. You're killing me over here. Oh, come on.
I present the camera because I think that, there would be a flash in the camera and she would... Okay. So it's clearly not the camera. Let's speed through this, add that piece of testimony, blah 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 blah. Get to that point where we need to present evidence again. Okay, this is where we have to save and not have to backtrack that much. Alright. Let's see which actually piece of evidence. So, there's one possible reason why the witness thought the scarf was white is... Wait, it's the note, right?
Witness, have you ever seen this note?
note? No, never.
It's top secret evidence. There's no reason that you would have.
I wonder about that.
What do you mean?
This note shows Mr. Fall's instructions to the victim regarding their meeting. It says, wear white scarf for identification.
White scarf.
Witness, you knew what this note said. It's because you knew that you slipped up and mistakenly said white scarf.
Uh,
Well, Miss Foster?
no!
Order, order. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm waiting for an explanation. I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public.
And yet, the witness knew exactly what the note said. At the time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited. Terry Falls is one. The person who wrote the note to Valerie Hawthorne is another. And finally, one more person.
Did you say one more person? That's right, a person that no one would have suspected. Have you figured it out, kitten?
Yup. The third person that knew the contents of the note was...
Hang on there, kitten.
What is it, Mr. Armando?
Here, I made some special cafe con leche for you. Put in plenty of sugar. Drink it up before it gets cold. Don't be shy.
Why are you doing this?
Your brain needs stimulation. Drink some of this and then think it over again. Listen, keep messing up like that and you're going to get the judge mad. Miss Faye, don't just stand there casually drinking coffee.
Okay. I realized I should have saved again. There's only one more person. Might have to identify the missing person. Before I get to that, though, maybe we should do some Stream Raiders. I feel like it's been enough time to actually... Why is it so hard to click on this planet, actually? Like, this is like one of the hardest things to click on in Stream Raiders. Why is it difficult? Like, what? I think I should actually bring in a bomber, maybe. If only I got like the place flag bearer mission on the viewer side of things, then we would be okay. Oh shoot, I got paladins piked. Nice.
And that person is Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia Hawthorne. I've never heard that name before.
Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There's her name right there.
What's this? Who is this person, this Dahlia Hawthorne?
Miss Faye must be a desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life.
The dead?
Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago.
Killed in a crime? You don't mean...
Yes, she was kidnapped and killed by Terry Falls.
You said she was killed. But was she really?
What are you insinuating?
Of course, people thought that she had died 5 years ago, when she fell off of Dusky Bridge and was lost to the Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found.
She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. And as far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead.
But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she were still alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster? I believe that's the same age you are.
Even you couldn't... Miss Faye, you're not saying... Yep, that's what she's saying.
But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is in fact Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
What?
Not dead.
Nice work. That was like tossing a grenade into a 3-alarm fire. But unless you can tie all the loose ends together, you're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist.
I understand. If I can expose her true nature, I can turn this whole case on its head. Now's my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth squirm.
Witness, just who are you anyway?
I'm...
I didn't think I'd come to this. That's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness.
Yes, I understand.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself.
Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue the matter this far.
You don't mean...
Yes, the prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all of our witnesses.
What did he say?
It looks like the kid knew. He knew her true identity from the get-go.
No way, but then why?
If you hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade. Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne. He kept the identity... Oh my god.
But, I thought she died 5 years ago.
We thought so as well, but, well, as you could see...
Why? Why did she hide the identity for 5 years?
That was nothing to do with the current case. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime.
Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of victim. And now we find her acting sus at the scene of another murder.
Yay. Really, Miss Faye, I must say your strategy here is painfully obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost. That's what you... Isn't that what you do, Edgeworth? Well, younger Edgeworth?
How dare you?
Please, let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious, her big sister. Miss Faye must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her.
What?
I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Fey, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion?
That's a very good question.
What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister?
Well, you see, I thought I was winning, but somehow he's turning around on me.
I think you need a little push in the right direction, kitten. Defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim. Hey, what's up, Liam?
That wasn't me. It was this guy, this crazy coffee addict.
I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man. What makes you think they're empty, boy? Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets.
I am sweating bullets.
You think you're in a tough spot, huh?
Of course, aren't I?
No, you've just arrived at the moment of truth, that's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you.
Up to me?
The rashness of youth, how charming.
This is coming from someone younger than me.
Now then, let's not waste any more time, Miss Fey.
Oh god. But yeah, how's your weekend been, Leon? How's it poppin'?
What motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister?
What would the motive be for murdering her own? Let's look at the pieces of evidence again. We just got that. Oh, it's not a solid diamond, but it's an idea. Is it the note itself?
The story starts after Terry Falls escaped. He called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal to the world the whole truth.
The whole truth?
There was a dangerously important secret between Dahlia and Valerie. That's the reason Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie. To keep her mouth shut permanently.
A terrific story, Miss Fey, if you like fiction, that is. Enlighten the court, Miss Fey. What was the secret that was so important?
Where's your evidence?
Dahlia and Valerie Hawthorne, and Terry Falls. There's only one important secret that connects them all.
Oh yes, I know the secret. Your Honor, the defense would like to request further testimony.
What testimony?
Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago, we believe it will explain a lot of things, such as the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters.
Very well. I'll grant your request for further testimony. I know that'll be painful for you, but can you enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf?
Yes, I'll try, Mr. Judge.
Putting on the old charm one more time, Dahlia? But this will be the last time you hide behind your womanly wiles.
This might be the last piece of testimony.
5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Falls. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister, Valerie, brought it to the bridge. After she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Falls in the arm. That's when Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life.
The kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. And we're to believe, after all, that she murdered her sister? Preposterous.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Fay,
Yes, Your Honor?
as you've heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping. I'll ask you again to be extremely gentle in your cross-examination.
Mr. Edgeworth got the jump on me again.
If we're not allowed to fight, then let's twist some arms. Listen up. We've still got that info, that ace up our sleeve.
What info?
Come on, kitten. Don't say you've forgotten already. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged.
That's right, it was a fake kidnapping. Terry Falls told us that in the lobby.
I'll do anything she says, anything Dahlia says.
What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by...
Yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie, too.
Yes, that's it. The fake kidnapping's your best shot, Mia. That's our secret.
Okay, before I continue, let me just check something real quick. Oh, there's Liam. Okay, so we got 15 minutes before the next battle starts. Now we just need to find that piece of testimony where we do need to expose that the kidnapping was staged. Okay, so the second and the third statement are true.
And that's why you hid your identity?
Yes, Ellie told my sister.
Valerie Hawthorne, eh?
Yes, she's the only one who knew about me.
Meanwhile, legally, this witness has been deceased for 5 years.
I didn't ever want something like that to happen to me again.
And that new identity was Melissa Foster, correct?
Yes, my sister helped me get the official paperwork taken care of.
That makes sense. Without an insider's help, doing all of the paperwork would have been impossible.
She was the only person left in the world I could count on. And you think I could kill her? There's no way I could.
It's the moment of truth for this witness, too. Once the truth about the staged kidnapping comes out, everyone in the court will know how much of a Jezebel she really is.
You just gotta prove that the kidnapping was a hoax.
There's no way it could have been... How do we prove that it was fake? I've been able to, like, mostly go through this case without looking at a guide so far.
Did you and Mr. Falls have a relationship?
Yes, as a tutor.
You were tutoring him, Mr. Falls?
No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Mr. Falls came to the house to tutor me.
That makes sense. 5 years ago, she was only 14.
He probably came up with the kidnapping plan during that time. The Hawthorns are in the jewelry trade and are quite wealthy, you see. Quite the clever fellow, that Mr. Falls.
Did I hear him right? Did you just call Mr. Falls a clever fellow? I heard the diamond is valued in the neighborhood of $2 million.
$2 million?
It was still uncut, so it was about the size of a pint of milk.
A $2 million pint of milk. I don't know what to think about that. The defendant demanded that her sister Valerie make the exchange. Not as a detective, of course, but as an individual.
By the way, I want to ask you, Mr. Edgeworth, why do you think he wanted to make the exchange up there on that mountain? If he ever got surrounded, it would be hard to escape.
There's one thing a kidnapper wants to prevent, and that's police involvement. In a place like that, it would be easy to tell if he was being followed. With only one entrance to the mountain, he was ensuring his safety.
What a wickedly clever man that Mr. Falls is.
Yeah, right. It was all your plan.
Anyway, Valerie brought the diamonds back to the mountain and...
That was a dangerous thing to do, considering him being held hostage.
Yes, but actually that saved my life.
What do you mean?
You see, Mr. Falls was holding a knife in his right hand. Somehow, I just knew he was going to use it. I knew he was going to use that knife to kill me. That's why my sister shot him. It was to save me.
I'd like to hear more about what happened right at that moment.
Well, when Mr. Falls was shot in the right arm, he let go of me. I was dazed. I turned to try and run away, but Mr. Falls turned to grab me as well. As I ran past, he and I locked eyes for a second, and he gave me a large, bloodthirsty grin.
A bloodthirsty grin? Oh.
And in the next instant...
I advise the court to remember that the river is 18 feet deep and incredibly swift.
I was a strong swimmer, but I was knocked out. When I came to, I'd been carried away by the river to a strange place. I'll never forget that day. Crumbling bridge, nowhere to run. Then just one little shove from behind, that was it. Before my sister could catch me, I fell into the river.
So we don't have any new testimony. We have to actually use a piece of evidence to prove that something about what she says gave it away that it was all a hoax to begin with. Objection.
You say that Mr. Falls pushed into the Eagle River? However, that's hard to believe.
But it's true. I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Falls.
I didn't even look up a guide for this. I just threw a wild guess with this map.
I'm sorry. I guess it wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said, that's hard to believe. I should have said, that's impossible.
Impossible? Asaka.
I asked that the court recall the condition of Dusky Bridge, now and 5 years ago.
Oh, right.
That bridge hasn't changed at all one bit in these last 5 years.
Oh, that's true.
If someone had pushed you from behind, as you would have claimed, instead of being carried away by the river,
She would have hit solid ground.
you would have been smashed by the bedrock below. A most certain death. Do you understand now, Natalia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible.
Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level in the river may have been higher back then.
But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in the water level wouldn't have made a difference.
And you have not been here. Mia was a local resident. You wouldn't have known that in the first place.
You're right. You're right. If the events occurred just as the witness has testified, then the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this?
You see,
Just a moment, Chotomate, Saibancho. Saibancho, Chotomate. Just a moment, Your Honor.
It's true that the witness testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back end of the bridge.
What do you mean?
After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. If that's true,
she would have fallen right into the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edgeworth's explanation correct?
now that you mention it, I do remember now when I fell off the bridge. My skirt got caught on one of the bridge's side wires.
You can't be serious.
Order in the court.
it seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion.
Not now, Mia. This is no time to retreat. Unfortunately for you, this is just the start of Miss Faye's assault.
What?
I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edgeworth. After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say that's impossible.
Ridiculous. What's so impossible about it?
Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record.
Oh yeah, this is like really the side of the bridge is really high. How could your body fall like this?
Your Honor, all of the answers are right here in this photo.
Yeah, like if you look at the bridge, unless the railing was like very low, like at like knee level, then you wouldn't have easily like fallen like off the side of the bridge.
Take a look at the wires supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. It would be impossible to push someone off from there.
No!
But let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like this wouldn't be a problem for him. He could have easily picked up a 13-year-old girl and thrown her over.
So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Falls had been shot in the right arm. And more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had her gun trained on him, at point blank range.
Said Edgeworth.
So, Mr. Falls throwing the witness off the bridge? That is clearly impossible.
Ooh, the Mr. Prosecutor Boy got put in his place.
Order, order! What is the meaning of this?
Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped into the Eagle River intentionally.
What? What is this?
Where'd that tiger noise come from?
Indeed, what do you mean by such a ridiculous remark?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had her gun and handcuffs. She could have saved me. Jumping to a raging river, that would have been suicide.
Perhaps, but still, that's exactly what you did. You were probably confident that you could handle the swift current. But even more so, the witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river.
Okay, before we actually prove the so-called compelling reason. Ooh. The plot's just continuing to get thicker and thicker. We have a Stream Raiders battle to do, and I don't know if we can do it. Okay, 12 units on the battlefield. This should not be too bad. Okay, so we got some people. Militech, Grim Weeper, Maffy, GP, and Leon here. Let's see if we can do this. I need to use the restroom and rehydrate in the meantime, and I wish you all luck. Alright, that was a pretty good start. We had Leon with 17 kills and 6 assists. Me with 7 kills and GP with 3 kills and 1 assist. Maffy with 1 assist. Militech with 1 assist. And Grim Weeper with a noble sacrifice. This is definitely going to go to Leon, who deserves the prize. Well done, well done. That was a pretty good start. Alright, now let's go ahead and do the bridge. Although I know I need to place 3 flag bearers, I'm actually going to do that in the easier levels, honestly. So for this level, let us do... I think I'm going to put out a rogue this time, honestly. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Alright, now let's return to the game. So, where did we need to... The witness said... Okay, so we're saying that the witness had... Dahlia Hawthorne had a reason, a compelling reason to jump into the river. Oh, then what was it? What was so important that she wanted to jump into the river?
The witness is still alive. This fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of the Eagle River. 5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought up the mountain with her, the $2 million diamond.
Ugh. No, it can't be.
Yes, Dahlia had it all planned from the beginning. The $2 million, she was going to keep it all for herself. She forced Mr. Halls to help her fake the kidnapping. At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river, with the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack.
Why, that's simply preposterous. Order. Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan?
This woman is a demon. And there was one more person who helped make a demon out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well? But she was a detective then. You're saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping.
Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder.
What do you mean by that?
On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Falls, Valerie called her sister, Dahlia. And then she told her what she was planning to do.
Planning to do? She was going to tell the whole truth, as she wrote in her note.
That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is why you hatched a demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
Heh.
Who was that laughing at a time like this?
Forgive me. It's just hilarious.
Witness, is that you?
You amuse me, woman. Miss Mia Fey. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally. You have the evidence to back it up, don't you?
Shh. This witch.
Evidence? Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. That at 14, I plotted with Mr. Fowles and my sister. Well, And one more thing. What happens to the $2 billion diamond? If you can't provide evidence or at least show that,
Well, Miss Fey.
I don't know. What a joke. You, Miss Fey? Are you stupid or something?
How could I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago? I don't even have decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
Well, it seems that we've come to the end. To be honest, the witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, I am forced to reject the assertions made by the defense.
Of course you are.
Is this it? Is it really over? That girl who's made me a fool of me and there's nothing I can do about it.
Huh. Without evidence, the trial is over? Who decided that?
Mr. Armando!
Come on now, kitten. Haven't you figured out that you can't make your own rules? For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony.
The testimony?
On the day in question, Dahlia Hawthorne murdered her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Falls' stolen car and then went to meet with him. Disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right?
Yeah, that's right.
In that case, there's only one answer, right? There's only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
Since there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do. Who's the one person who could testify to that demon woman's crimes? Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness.
A new witness?
Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Falls.
The defendant?
There's only one person who can shed any further light on the situation. Only one person that knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne,
Hey, thank you for the epic barbarian, Leon.
or whether it was in fact her younger sister Dahlia disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all. And that person is Terry Falls.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what is your take on this? Why not? The prosecution has no objection. Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand.
This is my last chance, Mr. Falls. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left.
Defendant, you've heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes? I don't believe it, no way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me.
Mr. Falls, I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive. And you were used for $2 million.
That's not true. Mr. Falls, there's only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago on Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne, or was it Dahlia Hawthorne? Dahlia, did you betray me? 5 years ago, she promised to never ever betray each other.
Terry?
Dahlia, it's true. You are alive.
You don't trust me anymore. That makes me sad.
Tell the truth, the real truth. I believed in you.
I shouldn't need to say it, you already know. But there's one thing that I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry.
Dahlia. I will allow Mr. Falls to testify once and once only. Well then, Mr. Falls, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Witness. Eek! I'm sorry, I apologize. Water. Please, water. Can't talk. Need water. Huh. Oh well, I guess it'll have to make me my coffee instead. At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitterer than hell itself.
Alright, this is gonna be the last testimony.
That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of Bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on Bridge. I watched my car for Bridge. I never put no body in that car. Finally, one moment came. She stood in front of me. We talked, then she left. I was Valerie. Not my Dahlia.
Mr. Falls, you're covering for her. Do you think she would do the same for you?
That's enough, Miss Fey. His last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial.
Well then, Miss Fey, please proceed with your cross-examination.
This is how you want it to end, Mr. Falls? Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence?
There's only one person who can stop it, you, kitten, I think. Oh, this is the last testimony. Can we actually bring a positive ending or a bad ending here? I know it's obvious, but he's clearly lying. He's been cursed by Dahlia Hawthorne. He'll probably go to his grave still believing in her.
Mr. Falls,
Even if he can show he's still lying, the poor guy will still be cursed. He'll still have to point out the contradiction anyway. That's the curse of being a defense lawyer, I guess. Oh.
Objection!
Wait, no, that's not it. That's not it, that's not it, that's not it. It's, 4 p.m. he said he stopped the car, that he was waiting on... Then he said he waited, then talked and left.
what did you talk to her about anyway? Mr. Falls!
Valerie told the truth about the kidnapping 5 years ago. She said someone needed to take the blame for it. That was all I could think to do. She said that. That's why she lied and got me the death penalty.
And were you satisfied with that answer, witness?
Dahlia died. It was my fault. I don't really remember. Maybe I did push her in. I don't matter no more. Either way, my Dahlia, my sweet teen angel, dead.
We just saw that she isn't dead.
After Valerie talked to me on Bridge, nothing left to live for.
How can you be so sure? It was raining at the time, and sunset that day was at 5 o'clock. It would already been pretty dark at that mountain at 4:30. Please, Mr. Falls, this is your last chance. You've already taken the fall once for something you didn't do.
That woman, it wasn't Dahlia.
Stop right there. What more needs to be said?
Even if it means the death penalty, even if it means taking the blame for murder. You'll still do whatever it is necessary to protect her, won't you, Mr. Falls?
He keeps on saying that that was Valerie, not Dahlia. What the heck could the last thing be? I need at least some kind of clue. He tries to keep, like, his testimony is the very last testimony, but whoops, wrong game. We already cleared the first game. That day at 4 p.m., he stopped the car. He was in front of the bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited. Why is the note still not the proper piece of evidence? Yeah, why is this note still not the proper piece of evidence? It's not the autopsy report. I'm just gonna present, like, at this point, just probably presenting every single piece of evidence that is available. The only other thing is that, like, I guess we probably have to present the bridge again, because how the heck could the other woman leave? Oh my god, that doesn't work either. It's like no piece of evidence works here anymore. It's like literally zero piece of evidence works. This doesn't work either. The camera doesn't make any sense either. It's like no evidence makes sense in this in this final testimony. Do we need to present someone's profile? Let's start presenting profiles. Maybe the last statement is, oh my god, how many mistakes am I going to be making? I was lost in my train of thought for a second there.
Objection!
What if I use the blackened photo instead? Like, how many statements has he said so far? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Objection!
Maybe we have to present the okay. Maybe... Okay, this is a stretch, but... I don't know how this game works at this point, but I'm just gonna present that blackened photo. That really dark, shadowy photo at, like... One moment came, she stood in front of me.
Objection!
Oh my god. How is this supposed to work? I don't know how this testimony works anymore. It feels broken.
So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge. You're sure of that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're sure, huh? Well, I'm sure too, Mr. Falls. I'm sure that you're lying.
Huh? Well. Where?
Oh, I would love to hear your rationale on this, Miss Fey.
You want to know who arrived at the bridge first?
Oh, yeah. It's perfectly clear. In order to take the photograph, the witness needed to arrive at the bridge first.
Obviously, the person that came first would be the one at the end of the bridge, right?
But that's the victim at the end of the bridge.
Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Falls, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did.
No. Blah.
Mr. Falls, please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth.
I got there around 4 o'clock. It's true. I had somewhere to go. A special place.
Did you go to this special place before you went to the bridge?
Yeah, it's an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. She brought a memento to represent our love.
A memento?
5 years ago, I hid it under the base of a tree there. It's a special memory for me. This is it. This is what I went to get.
This little bottle on a necklace is your memento? It's quite charming, but it looks empty.
Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock. But then he left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes.
Urgh.
With that much time, Dahlia Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car.
No! Indeed, there certainly was enough time for it.
We still got a chance. Mr. Falls, there's no mistaking it. Huh? Mr. Falls?
That's enough. Please.
Witness!
I promised her 5 years ago, if it ever happens that we can't trust each other no more, then we're supposed to drink bottle.
No! Stop the trial! Your Honor, we need a recess.
I was stupid, couldn't keep promise, so I did it. I drank this.
No, you're so close. Just a little more. I was going to prove your innocence.
No, don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia again.
Mr. Falls?
Mr. Mondo. Thanks for the coffee.
Mr. Falls!
F.
And so my first trial ended, suddenly and tragically. It ended with no winners, only losers. I ended up with a wound that cut so deep into my soul I thought it'd never heal. And I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well. But one person, the true criminal Dahlia Hawthorne, she left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face.
Unforgivable, that witch.
Mr. Armando,
We were so close to the truth, it was right there in front of us. You were just a little too soft, kitten.
it's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself.
Don't cry, kitten. You're going to make my coffee all salty.
I knew it. I knew I wasn't cut out for this.
Mia. Don't you get it? You can't cry yet. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over.
Mr. Armando? No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories, they always fade over time. Then you file them away and eventually forget them.
Yeah, he did. He did, Leon. Rip. Major F for Terry.
1 year later, in this very same courthouse, I myself got wrapped up in that quote-unquote case.
Damn. Damn, Phoenix. It all comes one full circle, eh?
Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was... guilty, of course.
Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect angelic smile on her face.
It was finally all over. At least, that's what I thought at the time. Unfortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong.
Or wronger?
It's been 5 years, but now something has happened that's made me remember all this.
And that's the end of case number 4. Oh no. The final case of this game is just really a major doozy. It's going to take like very long to complete as well. I don't know like how much I need to... Hey, it's Miles Edgeworth. I don't know how much divided play sessions I need to do for this final case, but it's going to be some time because it's getting heavier and heavier with the plot here.